believe this is the B-36 Peacemaker. Find out in a second. Don't ask me how this stuff is in my head. I like planes. Sue me. I love this 6 propeller engines. Don't at me about the technical names. Turboprops? I don't know. I'm not a pilot. And then they tacked a pair of jet engines on the end of the wing because reasons. So strategic bomber first flew in 1947 to 1959. Some kid built a Wago model of this plane. It's on display inside the museums.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, props to that. I can't do Legos without instructions. But this plane flew just a few years after World War II. Again, the remarkable, the short service life. Like, the technology was just expanding so rapidly in the 50s and 60s. Look at this. This looks like a half fighter, half bomber. I look at that cockpit. That's not a bomber cockpit.
Yeah, everybody can tell that.
Well, look at it.
No, I
you can tell that.
Even I'm like, no, that's the same cockpit that's like on the F-14.
Erica has the same plane recognition abilities that most Marines have. She just points in the air and goes, "Durr!"
How dare you? I mean, it's fair, but
it's true, but it is a little hurtful. Yeah, I'm sorry. So EB-47 Stratojet electronic warfare, 47 to 64. This first flew in 1947. Again, it's and it looks like it's like you have the pilot compartment up there, and then there's like another. I don't know what this thing is down here. So EW is some kind of electronic warfare or something or another. I kind of wonder if that was like where they had a bombardier or something in there.
It looks like the bombardier compartment.
Okay. This guy over here looks like he's pregnant. We'll get to that in a second. You have 2 of them. One set up as a hospital plane. EC-135J Stratotanker. So this is a refueling aircraft. Oh, this version is an airborne Stratotanker airborne command post. I believe KC-135s are still flying today as tankers. Look at the size of these wheels. Yep, this is definitely. So you can see the refueling boom right there. This would lower down, and then planes could connect to it to refuel. Here, looks like this is a B. It looks like a B-29, but apparently they call it a B-50. What's going on here? KB-50, Super Fortress Aerial Tanker. So they call it 1947 to 68. So it's a very modified B-29. So it's like they took an original B-29 and then modified it by stacking a jet engine on the wing like you do. I don't know if they have another B-29 somewhere. This would be wild. There's only 2 flying B-29s left in the world. And they just have, they're building thousands of them for World War II and Korea. I feel like most people's knowledge of Korea starts and ends with MASH.
That wasn't a documentary?
No. That's entire knowledge consists of MASH. And you don't realize that there was actually strategic bombing of North Korea by B-29s. I don't think it lasted very long. B-29s did not have a good survival rate against MiG-17 jets. We have another aerial tanker. I don't know what the technology was back in the 50s for refueling, and if it's whether it's changed or stayed the same. There's another one. This is set up as a hospital aircraft for medical evacuations.
From this angle,
Uh-huh.
it looks like the alien's head from Mars Attacks.
Oh my God, look at that. It's like this thing flew.
Yeah, it's not real.
It's not a real plane.
That's not a real plane.
No. This couldn't have actually flown. I do wish the plaques had a little more information out here. Oh, seriously, this plane looks like it was just landed here yesterday. Signals intelligence. Yep, that's what I thought. You'd see these flying overhead in Afghanistan occasionally. Sorry, we're not going to be able to hit every plane. There's just so much out here. But okay, so this is going to be it. This is a neat one right here. So this was used to drop the United States Army's parachute team, the Golden Knights. Now, fun story. In a previous life, I was one of the organizers for the Army 10 miler in DC. And traditionally, we would have the Golden Knights come in and do a parachute jump at the start to bring in the American flag. So they would jump down with the American flag, and then we would play the national anthem and then start the race. One particular year, I can't remember which year that was, somewhere in the mid-2000s. 2000 teens. So we had the Golden Knights come in. Now, understandably, with the post 9/11, with the White House and the Pentagon and everything else, because the start line for the Army 10 miler is literally right outside the Pentagon. And so airspace is very controlled. And we told the Golden Knights pilots that it was very controlled airspace. And they didn't listen. And so after dropping the American flag, they were supposed to come back around and then drop the rest of the team. And after dropping the American flag, they flew over the White House because they didn't listen to us. Yeah, and so the Secret Service immediately had them land, and the crew, the pilots, were subjected to a very intense interview with the Secret Service afterwards. Needless to say, they didn't drop the rest of the parachute team. So, I'm not saying this was the aircraft that did it, but hey, maybe. Because we're in the VIP plane section right here. This is Sikorsky Choctaw, 1955 to 1970. So this is painted up with the presidential fleet colors. The funny fact, there's the engine compartment. That bulbous nose, there's the engine is right there. And so you have this large crew compartment. These helicopters also flew in Vietnam, although obviously not in this paint scheme. So traditionally, I want to say it's VMH-1, but it is the Marine Corps helicopter squadron that supports the president. It's all the helicopters flown that fly the president are crewed by Marines.
Okay, but this has livery, it says Army, and it also has the Air Force star on it.
Yes. I don't know the reason for that paint scheme, but currently, I mean, things may have been different back in the '60s when this helicopter actually flew. But today, the Marines exclusively fly the president. And it's a mix of the UH-60s, although I'm not sure if it's a UH-60. I think it actually has a special designation because it'll be a VIP aircraft. But it's the Black Hawk series, and they also have the Osprey, which also flies the White House staff. Although there is a special dedicated aircraft that flies the president. Not an individual aircraft, a special model.
Yeah, I understand.
Like a special VIP model. So here we have a former Air Force One aircraft.